guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to be making a crop top with an open back and high neck. So first we started with a front pattern. I already drafted the width of my neckline, which is 3, and the depth also is 3 inches. Right now I'm going to be going in with my curved ruler to curve in the front neckline, and then next we're going to be moving to the armhole. Now I'm going to take my tape and measure the midpoint of my armhole. Right here I have 4 inches. So on that 4 inches we're going to come inwards by half an inch so that we can get our armhole curve. Now I'm going to take my ruler, and then from my shoulder point to the midpoint of my armhole I'm going to rule an angled line, right, as you can see. Next I'm going to go in with my curved ruler to just curve out the armhole. Next I'm going to be placing my bust span measurement, which is also my nipple to nipple measurement. So I'll be placing it on my bust line, my under bust, and my wrist line. So my nipple to nipple measurement is 4 inches. So on my under bust line and my wrist line, I went ahead to measure 1 inch on both sides, and I'm just going ahead to rule it in. Then I'm going to use the curved ruler to curve from my under bust line to my bust line. So I decided to cut out the darts, the waist darts for the pattern, and then right here I'm adding my body measurement with 1 inch sewing allowance. So I'm adding my body measurement, 1 inch sewing allowance, and then the darts. So my under bust I have 8 inches plus 2 inches for the darts and 1 inch for sewing allowance, and I'm going to be placing the same measurement on the waist line too. So 8.5, 1 and 2 inches for my darts. I'm just going to rule that in. Moving on, we want to take a side bust dart. So on the bust line I'm going down by 2 inches, and I'm just going to rule a straight line down to the bust point. Right, so this place where I'm marking right now, we are going to be cutting it out. Later we'll be adding the 2 inches back at the hem of the top. We are going to see it as I'm doing it right here. So right here I went ahead to cut it and place my gum so that I can close the darts. You can see that is why I opened my waist darts. That way it's easy for me to close the side darts, right? So I'm adding an extra brown paper at the lower end of the pattern so that I can add back that 2 inches that we took earlier. So right here I'm measuring 2 inches. So looking right here, I went ahead to I added 1.5 instead of 2 inches. So please don't make that mistake that I made. So instead of adding 1.5 inches, the same inch that you took earlier is what you replace back at the hem of the top. So please take note of that. So I'm going to be ruling from that line to the point of the waist dart, as you can see what I did here. So I'm just going to rule that in, and then we are going to go ahead and cut it off. For the back pattern, I went ahead to place my neckline measurement, which is 3 inches for the width, and then for the neck depth 1 inch. So I'm just going to place that, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my curved ruler to curve that in. Next, we are going to be moving on to our shoulder measurement, our shoulder slope. So I took 1 inch for my shoulder slope and I'm rolling it to my neckline, and then I'm going to be taking my curved ruler to curve out my back armhole. So I'm just going to place my curved ruler and then just curve it out. So right here I'm placing my body measurement for the back. So I'm just using a pencil to place that. So this measurement I'm placing is with my sewing allowance and also for my dart. I'm just going ahead to roll in the lines for my body measurements. Right now I'm taking a marker so that you can see what I'm doing better. So next, what I want to do next is to draft out what I want how open I want the back to be, right? So I already went ahead to use my pencil to draw it freehandedly. So I'm just using the marker so that you can see what I did here better. You can use your long curved ruler if you have. I decided to use my free hand to do this. So next I'm going to be placing in my dart. I already placed my bust bar measurement on my chest line. Now I'm placing it on my waistline, and then after that I'm going to be measuring 1/2 inch on both sides, and then I'm just going to roll from my chest line to my waistline. I'm going to roll a straight line, and then I'll also be rolling in the 1/2 inch dot lines on both sides. So next we are just going to use our scissors and cut it out, and after that we are going to close in our dart. I'll show you how I did mine. So on the bust dart, I just went ahead to use my top bone to just gum it, and it was as simple as that. So moving on, this is my sleeve pattern, and now we are going to be cutting it off. So I'm just rolling a free-handed line. I'm not measuring or anything, I'm just cutting depending on how big I want my sleeve to be or how much pleats I want in my sleeve, right? So this is what it's looking like. So I already placed the sleeve on the fabric, and this is what it's looking like. I added my allowance at the top and at the bottom. So yeah, so moving on, I already went ahead to cut my front and back pattern, and this is what it's looking like on the fabric. So this is the front part of the fabric. I went ahead to gather it at the front. This is the back of the front pattern, right? Then for the back, this is what the back is looking like. So the essence of us closing that dart is so that we don't have any dart mark reflecting on the top, right? So this is what it's looking like, all neat and beautiful. Yeah, I'm just placing it to show you guys what it's going to look like. So for the sleeve, this is what the sleeve is looking like. I went ahead to just notch up the pleats so that when I'm adding it to the top, it's going to be easy. And then for the hem of the sleeve, I went ahead to neatly fold it in. So I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. And this is what it's looking like. So it would be nice if you notch up your sleeve, the pleats, so that you don't make any mistakes when you are joining your sleeve to your bodice. So here I went ahead to join the sleeve and the sides and also the shoulder. So next we are going to be joining the band for the top. And then for the band I cut 5 inches, and then it was a very long strip. I didn't even measure the strip. I just cut a very long strip, 5 inches, and then I went ahead to notch the center point of the strip and then notch the center point of my top, and then place them right sides facing each other, and then I went ahead to sew. So you can see what I'm doing here. So right here I already joined the strap to the bodies, right? And this is what it's looking like. So I'm just adjusting the front to show you so you can have a better view of what it looks like. And then it's looking nice and good. And then I'm also going to flip it to the back to show you what it looks like at the back. So for the back I used those snap buttons. You can make use of an eye, and then you can make use of buttons, whatever you want to use. Honestly, it doesn't matter, but I made use of this one. The snap buttons I used are transparent, so you can't really see it, and they are really sturdy. So this is what it's looking like. I'm also going to show you guys what it looks like on the mannequin so you can have a better view of how beautiful this top looks. So this is what it's looking like. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you found this video really helpful. Please do make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Please, if you have any video suggestions, please put it down in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.